You're listening to Myers-Briggs Question Corner with Edythe Richards.
The question is from Lisa, who is an ESFJ. Lisa's question is, how can I best communicate with my ENTP boss? So without knowing the specifics of this relationship, I'm going to comment on some possible pitfalls at work between this pairing and make some suggestions for improved communications between people with ESFJ and ENTP preferences. This type pairing can be a challenge at work since they have only one similarity, which is extroversion. With any two extroverts, they can be at odds with each other, especially if neither has gotten used to being an active listener. In this case, they're both likely to talk over each other. And if this is an issue in the workplace, both parties should work on active listening skills. What's more likely to happen with an ENTP and ESFJ communications, however, may result from what we call cognitive functions. ENTPs are dominant extroverted intuition, which means they require novelty in the workplace in order to thrive. They'll be at their best when they're brainstorming, coming up with big ideas that nobody's ever done before. They prefer the startup phase of projects and prefer that someone else deals with the maintenance. So this could be frustrating for the ESFJ employee who is likely to value efficiency and warmth, and may not have the same appreciation for abstract ideas, which the ENTP will likely have. The ESFJ employee may also be working hard to gain the goodwill and cooperation of her ENTP boss, and may thus be hesitant to bring up issues in order to keep their relationship harmonious. So it's very possible that without the validation or positive affirmation from her boss, the ESFJ employee could become unhappy or could become overly focused on pleasing her boss and overlook her own needs. So ESFJs are dominant extroverted feeling, and this could be a challenge for the ENTP whose tertiary function is feeling. So thinkers typically like to leave their personal lives out of the workplace, while feelers want personal connections to their coworkers. So I would encourage the ESFJ employee to let her boss take the lead on disclosing personal details about his life, and I'd recommend she not bring up family or hobbies or life outside of work unless her boss does it first. This doesn't mean that he doesn't care, but he probably doesn't want to get caught up in his personal life while at work. So if her ENTP boss has done something to upset her, I'd say to talk to him directly. He's probably completely unaware that he said something hurtful, and he'll respond best with clear and direct communication of what he did and how the issue can be resolved. So rather than becoming emotional, I would suggest that the ESFJ express concern in as reasonable a manner as possible. I've also found that many ENTPs, like many intuitives, become impatient with details, and they just want people to cut to the chase when they're talking. So therefore, I suggest that the ESFJ not go into lengthy explanations if one or two sentences will suffice.
Thanks for listening to this episode. If you'd like to hear more, or you'd like to submit a question yourself, then you can find us at www.atopcareer.com. Until next time. MBTI and Myers-Briggs are registered trademarks of the MBTI Trust.